About 2 years ago, I rented a tiny old apartment above a closed bakery. The place was cheap, quiet, and honestly pretty normal at first. Then, every night around 3 a.m., I started hearing 3 slow knocks coming from under the floorboards near my bed. Knock, knock, knock. Always, exactly 3. The first few nights I ignored it and blamed the old pipes or the heating system. But then it started happening, even when everything else in the apartment was completely silent. One night I finally got annoyed enough to investigate. I grabbed my phone flashlight and started checking the floor. Near the corner of the room, one of the wooden panels looked newer than the others. I pulled at it. It lifted up immediately. Underneath was a small empty space between the floor and ceiling of the bakery below. And sitting down there was a chair. Just a single wooden chair facing upward toward my apartment. Nothing else. No boxes. No wires. No reason for it to be there. I immediately put the panel back and convinced myself it was just leftover junk from renovations. The next night, the knocking came back, but this time it sounded closer. Knock, knock, knock. Directly under my bed. I barely slept. The next morning, I asked the bakery owner downstairs if anyone had access to the space between the floors. He went completely quiet and asked me, "You hear knocking too?" Turns out the previous tenant had complained about the exact same thing for months before suddenly moving out. The owner eventually hired someone to inspect the ceiling and crawl space. They found nothing unusual except the chair, which had somehow been moved directly underneath where my bed was.